Good morning, wizards!
Good morning, Mr. Wizard!
And welcome to the Academy of Magical Thinking. We just completed our landscape art. The reason we created the landscape art was to make a setting for our story. What do you think we're going to need next? If you guessed a character, you're right, because a story would have a setting and a character. So it's time to start thinking about the characters that we want to add to our setting. We have to think about the story that we want to tell and what characters are going to be best in order to tell that story. To make sure that we're working on the same page, you get it? Story, page, hello. So think about characters that you would find in a fairy tale or a legend. I think we need some help to get started. That's why my mummy brought me some great books to get some inspiration. Let's take a look at this book. It's called Drawing Magical Creatures and Making Them Cute. This book gives you a step-by-step guide to creating each of the different characters. It's very simple and it's very cute, and a lot of people love this style. Maybe this is your drawing style. Let's check out some other drawing styles. This book shows drawings that are a little bit more complicated and it's in a more realistic style. Let's look inside. See, it still gives you a step-by-step guide to creating your character, but you can see the characters have a lot more details and they're a lot more realistic. Maybe that's more of your style. Let's look at another book and look at their drawing style. This book is called The Explorer's Guide to Drawing Fantasy Creatures. Whoa! There's even more detail in these pictures, and they're starting to add color. Oh, it could be a character that you totally make up. Remember, this is the Academy of Magical Thinking. Look how this artist used their magical thinking to create a totally original character. Here's another fantasy creature. I've never seen this in any fairy tale or legend. Now that we've got some great ideas, let's begin to brainstorm. Let's start by drawing our characters in silhouette. A silhouette is a figure like a person or a thing like a magic wand that is completely blacked out. It's like it's in shadow. Here's an example. I just turned myself into a silhouette. As we're creating our characters, there's two art vocabulary words that I'd like us to focus on. Those words are silhouette and gesture. Gesture refers to the way that you position your body. So if I'm posing my body, I'm making different gestures. Let's see how many poses or gestures I can make with these mannequins. For our lesson on gesture and silhouette, you'll need 2 sheets of paper and a pencil with an eraser. First thing, let's fold one of our papers in half. Then let's fold it in half again. We want to make sure that you have 4 different boxes because we're going to come up with 4 different characters. You know how much we like to brainstorm at the Academy of Magical Thinking, and this is the perfect time to consider which characters we're going to use. I know I definitely want a unicorn as one of my characters. A goblin. Fairy, and my merman. Next, I get out my book to do the step-by-step drawings. Now, I know you don't have the book, so you could either draw along with me, or you can create your own character and then color it all inside to create a silhouette. If you're not sure what I mean, watch how I do it. When I'm drawing my character, I focus mostly on the outside shapes because I know I'm going to color all the inside in black to create the silhouette. Sometimes I do draw some of the inside lines also. But after I finish drawing the whole character, I have to color it all in nice and dark so it becomes a silhouette. Oh, after you finish, write down the gesture that your character is in. My fairy is in a sitting gesture. What's your gesture? Time to create my next character, my unicorn. Are you going to try to follow along and do a unicorn too? Or are you going to create your own character? Whatever you choose to do, make sure when you finish to color it in so it's nice and dark. That way we have a silhouette, and then write down your gesture. What is your character doing? I'm not sure what my unicorn is doing. I guess it's just standing still, so that's what I'm gonna write. Not only do stories have characters and settings, but they also have conflicts and resolutions. Conflict and resolution in a story is usually demonstrated by the hero and the hero's enemy. In my story, the hero is going to be the unicorn and the goblin is going to be the enemy. Oh, I'm going to make him really creepy with long fingers. And luckily my hero unicorn has two BFFs, the merman and the fairy. So that goblin better watch out. Well, now that you've created your 4 different characters, let's add them to your setting. I know that there's only one place my merman can go, and that's right in the water. Now, you could use your pencil, but I'm going to use a marker pen just because it's going to come out a lot clearer on the video for you to see. After you decide where each character should go in your picture, you need to decide what size each character should be in your picture. To help you, think about background, middle ground, and foreground. Any character that you place in the background is going to be small. They're going to be a medium size if they're in the middle ground, and if they're in the front of your picture, that's called the foreground, and that's where they're going to be the biggest. Notice the different sizes of my character depending on where they are in my picture. For example, my merman is close to the foreground, so he's going to be pretty big. But my fairy, she's going to be smaller because she's in the middle ground. I want my unicorn to be in front of the merman, so I'm going to make the unicorn even bigger. And far in the background, do you notice that goblin? He's trying to creep up, but luckily he's far away, so they've got lots of time to escape. Oh, I still have that big picture that I drew on the whiteboard. I think I'll add some characters on that. Okay, let's start with the background. What size should the characters be if they're in the background? If you said small, you're right. I'm gonna make my unicorn way and far up in the sky, so he's gonna be very small. Also, the birds, they're far away and high up in the sky, so they should be small too. Now that I know how to create characters and gestures and silhouettes, and I know how to place them in the picture using background, middle ground, and foreground, I'm going to just play with my picture and add more characters using all of the things that I've learned. Wizards, I hope you have a lot of fun finishing up your pictures, and we'll meet again next time at the Academy of Magical Thinking. See you next time, Wizards!